For this one, we're going to find the zeros of the given function. Since it has an exponent of 3, we're looking at for 3 zeros. We're given one of them, so x equals 3 is one of the zeros. Now here's what I really and truly do. I'm not going to do anything extra or special on this one. This is my process. First thing I always do is I graph it. Sometimes all the zeros are found on the graph, and if they're not, it does provide us with the information either way. So let's do x to the third minus 7x squared plus 25x minus 39. Graph it. Okay, I see the 3. I don't see anything else. Either that means they're off the screen, which I don't think they are, or if you don't see the other 2 zeros, that means they're imaginary. So, I'm not able to find all the zeros on the calculator, but I do have an idea that they might be imaginary. So next thing we want to do is use synthetic division. So here we go. We'll put the 3 on the outside, it's the only 0 I know for sure. And then the coefficients of the function go inside, and that's a 1, negative 7, include the sign, 25, and negative 39. Bring down the 1, multiply 3 times the 1, we get 3, then add. Negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Add 25 and negative 12, you get 13. Add, or multiply 3 times 13, you get 39. And when you get 0, which we better get 0, it means we did everything correctly. Now, since this began with x cubed, that means that our answer, when we use synthetic division, must start with x squared. And the next one is an x, and then that's our constant. So we now have x squared minus 4x plus 13. That's a factor. And we set factors equal to 0, and it won't factor. If it did factor, we could have found everything with the calculator. We won't have to do any of this work. What that means is I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula to solve. Which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then I like to rewrite it without the a, b, and c's. That's just the way I do things. You may not like it. I don't really care. But the reason why I do these things, it does make life easier. A is 1, B is negative 4, and C is 13. B is negative 4, B is negative 4. Signs are a big deal. So are parentheses. A is 1, and C is 13. Now let's clean it up. Negative negative is a positive 4. I'll do the square root later. 2 times 1 is 2. Now let's do this. If you want to, you can take out your calculator. And if you want to type it in, use parentheses. It's a big deal. Minus 4 parentheses 1 13. Should get like negative 16 or something, or negative 36. I was wrong. Negative 36, and that's fine. That's actually a pretty good number. The reason why it's a pretty good number, it just, one thing it is, it confirms something that we already suspected. The minus sign comes out as an I, and if you don't know what the square root of 36 is, we're about to find out. It's 6. So this is 4 plus or minus I6 or 6I over 2. To find our answers, I'm going to separate the numerators. So we got 4 minus 6I. I'm going to divide each of those by 2. And then we also have 4 plus 6I. I'm going to divide each of those by 2. This is the way I prefer to do it. It does make life a little bit easier for you. 4 over 2 is 2. 6 over 2 is 3. So we have 2 minus 3I. 4 over 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is... So we have 2 plus 3I. So we have our other 2 zeros. That one and that one. Remember, there were 3 total. There's 2 of them. And we were given the first one. And that's all we're going to do.